Dynamic duo.
Right back like enough time. We do apologize for not being on Saturday, but Kendrick and both and I were at work. So we got from our watching with the street, but really, Mavericks didn't need us on Saturday night because we went and got a dub out of it.
Yeah, they got a dub by the skin of the teeth, the skin of their teeth, a dub over the Washington Wizards. What's up, man's friends? It's the show that never ends, but somebody's job may end. We'll talk about that a little bit later. It's the dynamic duo, your boy Ken, along with Walt Chisholm on the ones and twos.
Apparently, Patrick showed up to 2 hours early for the game tonight.
Well, just in case Nico got those breakaway stairs, he can get out of town, right by his seat. But anyway, other than that, Mavs Bucks from the AAC, Mavs 3-7, Bucks 6-4. Game can be seen on KFAA at 7:30. Tickets as low as $18.
Yeah, because the sellout streak apparently has ended in the AAC. You know that one that everybody said Marquis was making up?
No lies told. He probably was making it up. Milwaukee's favored by 3.5. It opened up as a 2.5 point favorite. We're going to tell you why it did increase by a point. Over and under is 225.5. Matchup.
I'm going to take a bet it has something to do with injury.
No, it's no lies told there. Matchup predictor reads Milwaukee a 51.3% chance of winning the game to Dallas' 48.5 chance of winning the game tonight. Walt, other than the injury, we got some breaking news. Hit the breaking news, Q.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Not only that Mavs fans want I guess a certain general manager gone. Apparently the NBA does.
Why are you whispering? Why are you talking so loud?
I'm just setting the mood. Referees for tonight's game is the one, the only.
Are you in mourning or something? I don't understand.
I'm not. I'm just in my monotone voice. The one, the only, Tony Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Brothers will be doing the ref.
Oh, my God.
Be the ref for the night's game.
It can't get any worse. I've got this guy to deal with.
Justin Van Duyne and Chef Flores. Replay center will be Replay center will be manned by also Bill Kennedy, Michael Smith, and Ray Acosta. If injury report reads like this: Giannis in, Teron Prince is out, Kevin Porter Jr. is out, Derek Lively is out for the Mavericks, so is Dante Exum. Daniel Gafford's in, Kyrie's out, and just a few minutes ago, Anthony Davis is ruled also out.
Do I need to hit the breaking? Should I even hit the breaking news sounder for that?
There's no need for that. We all know who we all know made that decision. Okay. Pre-game Sarah reads like this: the end is here. If the Mavs have another lackluster game against a re-energized Giannis and the Bucks, fire Nico chance could rain out. And with the unsettledness in the front office and players playing Drake music, Drake's Marvin's Room music in the shoot around. The end could be near. Will the Mavs quell that noise for now? We'll find out. We'll find out. Which one do you like
Why
most?
are they treating this fire? Why are they treating this fire like it's a WWE fire? Like Vince McMahon is coming to yell, "You're fired" to Nico on the court or something. Why are they treating it like a WWE?
If Patrick Dumont's in the building, we could get that. We could get that at halftime.
Yeah, like Patrick Dumont's about to get on. Like Patrick Dumont's about to grab the microphone and stand in the middle of the court and tell Nico to come down and publicly embarrass him, and then tell him, "You're fired." Is what they're treating this like.
You're fired.
Man, let's go to Coach Key real quick because I got to hear from Coach.
Let's hear from Coach.
My Lord.
All right, medical. Gaff, questionable. He'll let us know how he feels after his warm-up. Lively, Davis, Irving, and Exum all out.
Jason, you put the ball into Giannis's hands when you were his coach, just putting him in that point forward work role. What did you see in him at that time that let you know he was going to be as dominant as he is today?
Yeah, I think they took steps. I mean, it didn't start off well, and so I think for both of us to go through the struggle early, but something about Giannis is his work ethic. He's going to continue to keep working on his craft, and I think after All-Star break we came back with that idea, and he ran with it.
You seeing any of those early struggles similar to that Cooper's going through right now?
Yeah, they might be around the same age. I think Cooper's is playing the game the right way. He's trying to make the right plays. He's understanding that he has the best perimeter defender on him a lot of times, and so right now they might have the advantage because he hasn't gone through this yet. And so, but I think again he's doing a great job. I wouldn't compare the two. Skill sets are a little bit different, but I think they are similar in learning that position and being able to play make and see the floor. And I think both of them can do that at a high level. And Cooper is going to be fine. I think he's going to do that at a very high level as time goes on.
Jason, AD has been questionable for these last two games. What are just the benchmarks that the team would like to see him clear before he's back on the court again?
Yeah, he was on the floor today, and he's making progress. So we'll see how he feels tomorrow.
Much influence does he have on that decision?
That's between him and medical. That's where that decision comes from.
Coach, we lost Lenny Wilkins yesterday. Just your thoughts about him, Coach?
Yeah, our prayers and thoughts go out to the Wilkins family. When you talk about a pioneer, a legend in the Hall of Fame, 3 different occasions. I love that he was a player coach in Seattle, and then also helped bring a championship to Seattle. So he's a role model for all of us. Coming out of Providence and just a winner, and so he'll be dearly missed. I think he has come across a lot of the coaches in this league and helped a lot of coaches get their first job.
How have you seen Daniel Gafford's injury improve over the last few games?
I think it's just, I think the more time, I think for him it's, a tough injury when you have an ankle sprain, you're working your way through that. And so when you're on minute restriction, you can only play the minutes that you're allowed, but I think he's doing a great job.
Jason, as you know, Giannis has always been devastatingly effective when it comes to going to the rim. He's going there even more this year. He's currently at a record for points in the paint. If it stays that way for the rest of the season, is there more space for him to operate because of their shooters? Is he just taking it upon himself to score more because he has to? What are you seeing in that aspect of his game?
I think it's both. I think the shooters that they have around him create space, but also he doesn't need a big window He can have four guys in front of him, and he can find a way to split it. That's how gifted he is. So, again, for us is to try to keep him out of the paint. But he has seen every defense, in his career. And so he understands he's not going to settle. He's going to continue to keep coming, and he will test your manhood. And so we have to expect to get hit tonight and absorb that hit and not back down.
Just talk about Miles and what he adds to their front court and to overall.
Yeah, defensively, we all know he's one of the best shot blockers in the league. Offensively, he stretches the floor for guys like Giannis. He can shoot the three. He can post up the mismatch. And so I think it's a great combination that they have over there.
Jason Bewell talked about how he spent a lot of time in the offseason just looking at defensive coverages. Have you seen that at all in the way he just, obviously we talk about his pace all the time, but how he's able to see the floor?
Yeah, I think his study habits have definitely improved, spending the time looking at how defenses are going to cover him. Also, just his speed is sometimes it's hard to guard. And so for him, being able to have the patience to use the speed to get to the rim, but then also being able to keep others involved, and I think he's done a really good job with that.
You mentioned that Giannis and Cooper have different skill sets, but I'm curious from your perspective, how much did that experience working with Giannis through that progression inform how you're approaching some of the work you're doing with Cooper, or did it?
Yeah, I think definitely, going through it with Giannis, a lot of people disagreed, but I think it turned out all right. It's not, you're in the moment, but also you got to push to see what's coming in the future. And then the more that you have ball handlers that can handle situations, in different situations in the sense of post-ups or being guarded, that was one of the big things for Giannis. We tried to use him as a big, that rim ran. Was his skill set to shoot threes then when he was 18 or 19? No, but once we gave him the ball, he had to be guarded. The ball automatically brings the defense. And then his skill set of his passing, he was always one that's unselfish. And with the windows that he has at 7 feet or 6'11", it's like no other. And so to be able to use that as a weapon, and he has, makes him one of the best players in the world.
Jason, through 10 games, a nice round number, 10 games, you're at 4th in the league currently in defensive rating, and you play a lot of those games without a couple of your important paint protectors. How do you evaluate that number through 10 games that your defense is rated?
Defense is doing okay. We've had some bad quarters. Down in Memphis, I think we gave up 40 in a quarter, so we have to be better. We can't be happy that it's 4th. We would like our offense to be 4th. But again, defense is keeping us in the games, but our offense has to get better. And we have to make open shots. It's not like, can we? We have to start making open shots so that the energy of the defense can pick up, but also that we can have fun on the offensive end. And I thought you saw that in Washington.
What's your level of confidence that 3-7 is just a bad stretch and this team's going to be fine, a playoff contender and all that?
Yeah, I think this team is going to be fine. I think there's going to be a point in the season where you have a stretch that, it could be 3-7. Could be in the middle of the season. It could be at the end. And it just happens that we're at the beginning and we're 3-7. We all want to be better, from coaches to players. And we're all in this together, and we're going to find a way to turn this around.
As you said, after that game in DC, you felt like there were points early in the season when the team was playing in its own head a little bit. You felt like you guys played freer basketball in DC. I mean, when there's just noise around your team, how do you, not let that affect you?
Yeah, I think you look at the energy of that game. We got in late. We had all the excuses to, not play well, but we didn't use that. We used the energy. I thought the groups got us off to a great start. Guys were flying around. I thought Moose's energy gave us a big lift, not just in Washington, but also in Memphis. And so I think with all the noise that's been around this team, they blocked it out and they played at a high level.
Dante Exum being someone who's missed the entire season up to this point, has there been anything that he's been able to do on the court thus far? Do you have any updates regarding his status moving forward?
Yeah, there's no update on Dante. Thanks.
Shocked nobody went to ask a Nico question. I don't know if they told him don't ask a Nico question or what, but I was shocked that we didn't hear anything in that press conference. But Kendrick, what do you take away from Coach Kidd's pregame presser there?
Let's go on the floor. The fact that Giannis seems to have found his 2021 stride, the year that they won the championship. And let me correct something. The Mavericks was a 50. It was the matchup meter had the Milwaukee Bucks 51.5 to 48.5 for the Mavericks. That's been changed to 55% for the Milwaukee Bucks and 45% for the Mavericks. It's a change. But yeah, the Mavericks have a Giannis problem tonight. Giannis is averaging 34 points. He's shooting 63% from the field. Most of that's inside because he's getting to the bucket, like Coach Kidd said. Well, they have the shooters, man, for which they can have that which actually make shots, and they're making 3-pointers at a high range. It's kind of close to what Cleveland did last year. But Giannis is averaging 34 points. He's averaging 12 rebounds, and he's averaging close to 2 blocks and about 6 assists. Those are back to Giannis's MVP numbers, and he's been a force for the Milwaukee Bucks. And like we said, without Derek Lively, without Anthony Davis, the Mavericks gonna have a problem. Now, I know the boy, the kid Sissy. He's had 2 good games, but welcome to the big time, kid, because you're about to step into the pros. Because when you see number 34 coming in that paint, it's way different than what the last two games you were playing against Memphis and against Washington. But like I said, the Mavericks, Coach Kidd alliterated to it, the elephant in the room. The Mavericks defense is okay. It's okay. It's around 5 or 6 in defensive rating, but the offense is terrible. Their offense is kind of like the Dallas Cowboys defense. They're basically statistically bad in every rating. Scoring, offensive rating, 3-point shooting, field goal shooting, free throw shooting. They're pretty much bad at everything. Whether it's 2s, 3s, or layups or dunks, they're pretty much horrible. And it doesn't help when you got also a good defensive team in Milwaukee. You playing tonight. So and like we said before, I don't know if the Mavericks their Kool-Aid they can rely on is Najee Marshall getting 30 a game. I don't think the Mavericks can rely on that. A 30 piece from Najee every night. They're gonna have to get better point guard play. The reason why the offense is struggling is because the point guard play is bad. D'Angelo Russell, bad. B. Will, he's a backup. I mean, he's okay, but he's a backup in this league.
Well, have you seen tonight's starting lineup? Jaden
Hardy, yeah,
oh,
okay.
God.
I mean, you talking about those are all the Najee Marshall had a great game, but he's not somebody you can hand the ball to 30 minutes a night. Think he's gonna give you 30 and 6 like he did against Washington. But yeah, what's the starting lineup?
Well, I have it right here for you, Kendrick. Take a look at this. All new tonight. Brandon Williams, Max Christie.
So now we're on our third point guard. We're on a third point guard in 10 games. We're on a third. First it was Cooper Flag, then it was D'Angelo Russell. Now remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is the 10th, this is the 11th game, and the Mavericks are already on their third starting point guard. God. That tell you how bad that spot's been for the Mavericks. Brandon Williams, Max Christie has been good. He's been the bright spot for the Mavericks. Cooper Flag, PJ Washington up and down, and get ready. Get your sandwich ready, Daniel Gafford. It's gonna be a long night. You got 6 fouls. Let's be prepared to
You're probably gonna be using all those up tonight.
Yeah, you and PJ be prepared. You got 12 fouls apiece. I think we want to see Dwight Powell in this game also. Be prepared. There's gonna be a lot of fouls given to Giannis tonight. But yeah, the Mavericks
we do need the crash dummy out there tonight.
Yeah. Somebody's got to take them hits. He's got 6 fouls. You can see he's got 6 hits, 6 fouls. I suggest you use all of them. Yeah. The Mavericks offense is terrible. It's the elephant in the room. It's the elephant in the room. They can't score. They had to struggle to score to beat Washington. And Washington is terrible defensively. Remember, the Mavericks was going back and forth with the Washington Wizards, who basically didn't have anybody putting the ball in the hole except I forgot the guy's name. But anyway, the Mavericks gonna have to get something out of PJ. They're gonna have to get consistent scoring out of PJ. Cooper Flagg's gonna have to increase his scoring, especially with no AD and no Kai. Max Christie doing all he can. Actually, you want to tell me the first 11 games who's been the Mavericks MVP? It's been Max Christie. He's been doing all he can, but he's a 3-and-D guy. We're gonna have a big game from B Will. This is moment to shine. We'll see what he can do. He's getting the call. He's going to at least give us, I think, for the Mavericks to win tonight. B Will's going to give us about 16 and 9 assists, 16 points and 9 assists in this game for the Mavericks to be competitive in tonight. If he can't give us any,
nothing but best. The ceiling is the roof.
But Michael, it may be the roof, but that's what he got to give us. If he can't give us anything then more than that, then the Mavericks gonna lose by 10 tonight. Mavericks gonna lose by double digits tonight. But yeah, man.
It is the roof. Well, he ain't never lied about that with this Mavs team. My Lord.
Yeah, but man, it's all crashing down. The end is near. For a certain, I'm just gonna read some tweets.
Well, before you go there, we got the Bucks. We got the Bucks lineup. Here it is: Ryan Hollins, Gary Trent Jr., AJ Green, Giannis, and Miles Turner.
Yeah. I forgot Miles. Woo. Miles Turner, a noted math killer, a guy who's killed the Mavs every time he's played him. I think his statistics against the Mavs, he's averaged 17 and 10 against the Mavs. So those are some of his best numbers overall against a particular team. So he likes his home cooking. But yeah, getting back
to dead on arrival.
Our boy Dwight Powell, he's gonna be very much used tonight. Okay, let's read these tweets right here. If anybody didn't know it was on the rock, the Mavericks are very unhappy with one Nico Harris, and we've heard. And the reason why this is true, Tim McMahon, Tim Cato, DSAL, Mark Stein, Mavs Digest, Nick Van X, all these guys can't be wrong. And
maybe
one.
These guys, maybe one, but not 5 or 6.
Yeah, you may get one, but not 5 or 6 posting this stuff.
Hey, if one person calls you a crackhead, maybe not a crackhead, but if 2 or 3 or 4 call you a crackhead, you just might be a crackhead.
6. These ain't like dudes. These ain't like me. This ain't like me. These are guys that are around the team.
Well, don't say so short. You got connections and sources over at the there in the building too, because you remember that last year when you ran that smear campaign on Kyrie Irving and you had all that information.
I'm just hey, it is what it is. But
don't sell yourself too short. You got connections. Apparently you got stuff over there too.
Per Tim McMahon, at this point, I believe, quote, it's a matter of when, not if, Nico Harrison will be fired. There's a very, very strong likelihood that would be mid-season. Case in point, if the Mavericks continue to struggle, he's not making it through the season. Also, as it refers to one Anthony Davis, the fact that Anthony Davis wanted to play on Saturday, and that higher ups ruled against that. The higher ups being Mr. Patrick Dumont, who ruled that, who ruled maybe he shouldn't play, makes it kind of short. Not the corner, not like in the chess pieces or in Nico Harris's favor. Apparently, Anthony Davis wanted to play to help his boy, which they're close, Nico Harrison, but he was overruled by upper management, decided not to go. And also, I guess tonight he's not going again. So read into that what you may. Also, while we had this little treat right here, the portable stairs are rolled into every game next to the GM's new seat location this season to facilitate. Well, if this game gets out of hand, might we see these seats tonight? Will we see them in mid third quarter? Will we see them mid fourth quarter? But they'll get those portable stairs out so he can kind of sneak away into the darkness, away from the fire. Nico, I'm telling you, listen, guys. All seriousness, it's a mess. It's a mess. When Mark Stein starts tweeting out that it's a mess down there. We got guys not trusting guys in the front office. We got players not trusting front office people. We got coaches looking at other coaches. We got coaches not trusting front office members. We got front office members not trusting coaches. And all of it seeps in right at Nico Harrison, who put the team together. And I like to say before, our boy Jeffrey Cooperstein. This is a badly put together basketball team. I talked about this with Walt in the group chat. Listen, the fact of the matter that the guy that's in LA right now is a top 2 MVP candidate, averaging 40, 12, and 6 doesn't help you, and that the Lakers are winning or second in the West doesn't help. All matters is that the guy you traded for is injured. Plus, he makes more money than the guy you traded away. Now, okay, the point. The guy that you traded away would have been making more money here, but he has a lesser contract playing over there than the guy you got right now playing over there.
That's because when you traded him, his contract did get lesser. That's not like a genius thing by the Lakers.
However we got there, the numbers are the numbers.
The Mavericks wouldn't have been able to pay him that contract because of what he was owed here with us.
Yeah, the numbers are the numbers. I'm just saying, you get more. The Lakers are getting more production out of that guy with lesser money that you are.
Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem. And the problem is that when he was here, he wasn't getting that type of effort.
No, you can't do that. He was a 5-time All-NBA first team. He was a 5-time All-Star. 4 of those were starters. He got your team to 2
and
conference
did nothing
finals.
in the All-Star game.
And he still got there. He got your team to 2.
I'll give you that.
Western Conference Finals. He got you to a Finals appearance. I'm trying to figure out what Anthony Davis did by himself without LeBron James holding his hand. What did he do? What did he do in New Orleans?
I keep hearing everybody say that this trade is about Anthony Davis. This trade is clearly about Cooper Flagg.
No, I disagree.
Yes,
this thing's not about Cooper Flagg.
Yes,
this trade's not. To me, in my opinion, this got nothing to do with Cooper Flagg. I was told that this is Anthony Davis' team. This is what I was told by sources that starting the season, this was Anthony Davis' team. He was going to lead this team.
There you go. Those sources,
huh? This is not Cooper Flagg's team.
Talking to people over at the Mavericks behind the scenes again, are you?
That Anthony Davis wanted this. He wanted to be his show, even though when he had his show in New Orleans, he couldn't get his team to the playoffs. And when he did get in the playoffs, they got eliminated in the first round 3 times out of the 3 years he was there in the playoffs. But he wanted this assignment. And now it's looking like that maybe the Mavericks have buyer's remorse, seeing this guy is about 8 years older than the guy you traded for, and he's already injured out in his 5th game of the season, and that the owner now has doubts in the star player, and now the general manager. And just to point out before I give it back to Walter, that's not the only bad mistake that Nico Harris has made with money. He traded away another guy, Quentin Grimes, for Caleb Williams.
Oh
who's
my
also,
God! Nobody
who-
cares about no
whoa,
Quentin
whoa, whoa,
Grimes
whoa,
and
whoa,
no
whoa,
Caleb.
whoa,
Oh my
whoa,
God!
whoa, who's also making less money this season than Caleb Williams. He's starting, guys. And guess what? He's making all-star numbers. He's averaging 21 points a game. He's averaging 4 assists.
Who's he play with?
He's averaging 4 rebounds. And he's
Who's he
averaging
play with again?
Philadelphia. He's averaging a steal and a half.
So you put
a
lipstick
game.
on a pig is what you're doing with that over there, and
Well,
with
I'm
them
just
playing in
trying to see.
Philadelphia.
And the guy you traded for him, he's the 14th man on a 3-17. He's the 14th man on the roster on a 3-17.
Right,
He
they
barely
traded-
plays.
Why
And
are we
he
sitting here doing
makes
this?
more money. He makes
Why are
more
we
money.
doing this? Why are we doing this? We know that we traded him because of
just-
money.
listen,
We traded him
listen,
because of money
listen.
purposes.
Well, it's not me saying this. Tim Cato saying this.
It's
Listen,
you.
listen.
You leading the pack because you like distinction in my locker room.
Listen,
You love a good distinction and fight in my locker room.
Kevin Gray saying this.
Oh God,
Mark
he's lost.
Stein is
He's lost
saying
his
this.
tweet and loving mine. He's lost
Tim
his
Mc-
tweet and loving mine.
Tim
And I love him to
McMahon is saying this. Nick Van Exel is saying it's not just me saying this. All the heavy hitters, Tim Calishaw. Tim Calishaw.
Oh my God, really? That's how low you've sunk it? You've gone to Tim Calishaw? Really?
Hey,
so you reading Tim Calishaw articles now? Is that what you do?
It's freaking Tim Calishaw.
Wow.
He's saying this. The heavy hitters are saying this. I'm just expressing it to our audience right here.
Wow.
He's saying this, that there's a lot of curious bad moves that's blown up in the Mavs' face. And that is the reason why Patrick Dumont and Miss Anderson are looking like, you know what you mean? Tell me we're paying more money for this basketball team and we're worse? How is that? How are we all worse?
Because you don't have the main star here that you spent the money on, Kyrie Irving.
Listen, I love Kyrie, but we're not trying to build around a 34-year-old point guard with bad knees.
Well, now there's where I'll give you. We need to. Their problem was they thought that you could just drop Cooper Flag in here and it was going to be plug and play. Everybody knew that this was going to take time. So all this that Cooper Flag was supposed to come in here and the Mavericks supposed to be 10-0 and all that stuff. That was never going to happen.
Never going to happen. What the front office said this is a win now team. We're a championship team. That's not
There's
me
no way.
saying that.
There's no way you get the number one. Hold on. There's no way you get the number one pick and think that you're a win now team. There's no way.
Walter, I know that. You know that. But I didn't say that. You didn't say that.
The Kendrick?
Walter,
Kendrick, he has to sell tickets.
Walter, if he has to sell tickets, you need to have some kind of reality in the situation. Walter, the man said this was a win now championship move now team. Those were his words. We're going to win championship. Those not my words. Those were the gem.
If Nico told you we're jumping off bridge tomorrow, are you gonna believe that and jump off a bridge?
Well, if he tell me Jello in the bottom, I will. Maybe I will give him a shot. But Walter, Walter, put yourself in Patrick Dumont's shoes. Or Miss Ellison's shoes. If you're paying all this money and the general manager tells you this move is going to make us a championship team now and for the future, and you don't know anything about basketball, and you trust this guy, wouldn't you be pissed off if your team 3-7?
No.
He said
it's only the second week into the season. What are we doing?
Walter, this team should not be barely beating the Washington Wizards. They got 3 wins, Walter.
It's only the second week of the season. What are we doing?
Walter, they got 3 wins. They barely beat the Indiana Pacers. They depleted it. They barely beat the Washington. Who
cares? It's the beginning.
Apparently, Walter. Apparently, the front office cares. The money people that make the money cares.
The front office cares because people like you get on this broadcast and overhype and do stuff like you're doing right now.
Walter? No, that's not what I'm doing. Walter. It's not just me saying this. Tim Cato, Kevin Gray, Mark Stein, Nick Van Exel.
Okay, so explain to me this. So firing Nico is supposed to turn the team around, right? Oh, they're supposed to rally the team together.
No,
They're supposed to come up with these wins.
Listen, the fan base wants blood. They're not into it. I'm looking at the fans right now. It's kind of empty, especially when you got an all-star caliber player like Giannis in the building.
Listen, how many fans were calling for Jason Kidd's head? How many fans were calling for Jason Kidd's head last year? Hold on. How many kids the year they went to the finals? For the finals when Jason Kidd, how many we had people walk around fired? There was a guy walking around the AAC with a Fire Kid shirt and a Fire Kid costume and everything. And this team went to the NBA finals. So what does this tell you about how many times?
I tell you what.
How many times have I told you on this broadcast that fans are idiots? You don't listen to fans.
See, that's your problem. That's the reason why the Mavericks are in the situation they are now, because you got to sell tickets to these idiots. But this is the problem. This is the problem.
Cooper Flag, the hottest player in
Listen, it doesn't matter. They're not winning. The Mavericks, listen, you just said it. The Mavericks were in the finals 2 years ago. They wasn't like a team that was been losing. They were on a trajectory. They was in the Western Conference. Okay, they was in the Western Conference Finals in 2022. Okay, right. They was in the Western Conference. They won that magical run to the Western Conference Finals. Then they had a whole bunch of injuries in 2023. Right, and a whole bunch of injuries in 2023. Kai got hurt, Luka got hurt, and they missed the playoffs. Then they got healthy. Right. Then they went all the way to the NBA Finals. They got
embarrassed by the Boston Celtics.
Whoa. So, it's a whole bunch of teams in finals appearances done got embarrassed. LeBron has gotten embarrassed in the NBA Finals. That doesn't mean you go disgrace the team. Tell me, are the Mavericks better off now? Are they better off now? Because all fans see. No, Walt, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know. We hope Cooper Flag can actually turn out to be something. But
when have you ever seen a white boy that has hops? Cooper Flag is an anomaly. He is a phenomenon. You have never since Larry. Hold on. Since Larry Bird, have you seen a white boy that flies and dunks?
Well, come on,
Larry Bird. I mean,
don't do that. Walt. Don't do that.
Hold on.
Do that to that kid.
Let me finish.
Don't do that.
If you don't mind, I'd like to finish, please. Go ahead.
We
haven't seen a player. We haven't seen a player like that dunks that can actually jump like him since Larry Bird. Now Larry Bird didn't have the best of ups, but Larry Bird dunks on people. Larry Bird was dunking on people.
Well, that's one of the 10. Well, don't do that to him. That's one of the 10 greatest players in the history.
I didn't say he was Larry Bird. I said we haven't seen.
But you put his name right here, and then somebody's gonna hear you say, "Well, Larry Bird." Oh, God, no, we can't listen. I don't know.
You're missing the point. We haven't seen a white guy player that can.
You haven't seen a white. So what you're trying to say? You haven't seen a white American play like this Larry Bird,
right?
And you only seen. Okay, you have Larry Bird has had a historic 15-year career, and you have put poor Cooper Flag after 10 games in the category of that is not fair to him.
I'm not comparing their game. I said we haven't seen a white boy like since Larry Bird.
You just compared. We ain't seen
Larry Bird is the last white number 1 pick in the NBA.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen. I don't know what he can over there. Okay, fine. The voice of reason right here. I don't know what Cooper Flag is going to turn. I do not know what he could be great, or he can be good, or he can be a bust. It's only 11 games. I don't know. But
it's only 11 games.
But the general manager.
What should the Mavericks record be right now? What should the Mavericks record be right now?
Walter,
what should the Mavericks record? Since it's 11 games. Should they be 11-0 right now?
Walter.
Oh my God.
The general manager, not me, not you, not our sister Shams, not our brother Bosch, not even EA, not anybody. The general manager. We agree on that. The general manager came out on numerous occasions and said this is a championship win now team. We'll compete. That's his words. And right now, looks far as a time may tell, but as we looking at it now, this team is not good enough now, or I don't even think next year as presently constructed.
Okay, well, I tell you what we're gonna do.
win a championship.
I tell you what we're gonna do in the post game show. I guess this will be like the People's Court. Okay, you're gonna tell me why they should fire Nico, and I'm gonna tell you why they should not fire Nico, and why you shouldn't.
Oh, why? Because he traded Luka.
No, it has nothing to do with that.
He traded Luka.
No, it has nothing to do with that because we're missing the game right now. So, but I'm gonna tell you why you probably shouldn't fire Nico. You shouldn't.
Oh, I will humor you in that. I will humor.
This will be the people. This will be like the people versus Nico Harrison on this broadcast.
I think the people already spoken.
It's like the people versus OJ Simpson. It's gonna be the people versus Nico.
No, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I wouldn't put that on. Come on, man.
No.
I wouldn't put. OJ did it. Everybody know OJ did it.
Nah. OJ not that smart to pull off what they say he did. Have you heard
OJ? Hey, a blind squirrel finds a nut something one day.
Not that blind squirrel. Not that blind squirrel. He ain't that smart. He not that smart at all to pull off none of the stuff they said he did at all. Oh man. All right, man. We'll be back at halftime. Hopefully Nico won't be fired by then. I can try to. I'm gonna save you tonight, Nico. I'm not gonna let them fire you tonight. I'm gonna save you.
How about Friday? How about Wednesday night?
I can't help it. I can only do tonight.
Hey, Cowboys, Mavs, Rangers, Stars, and Wings fans. It's me, Kendrick, here. I know the season may not or may be going exactly how you want it or not. But hey, like and subscribe to all those bFb DFW content. You see me. I mean, forget about the other guys, because I'm the real star here. But hey, if you want to see Walt, Shams, and Vosh, that's okay. It's okay. But remember, it's all about me. So still, like and subscribe for, me and the other guys. Okay.